Welcome to the UX10 community. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm extremely excited, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. It is the one and only Miss Janaya here. I am extremely excited for this community. This community has been something that God has been placing on my heart for some time, since probably about the end of 2022, like a year and a half. And I'm finally being obedient. Like, literally, it feels so good to have said yes to something that God is trying to walk me into, or like that God is calling me to, you know. And I'm extremely excited. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm a little nervous, so if I'm stumbling over my words, give me grace, y'all, because I want this to be a common, peaceful, transparent community. Like, I don't want this to be all like suit and ties. Like, I want this to be raw and uncut. So I may not even do that many editing. I want you to see me stumbling and sound like I'm slurring and tripping, because I want this to be raw and uncut, because this is something serious. And I feel like this is going to be an impactful community. God is very intentional, and everything that he's been like planting in my mind, the visions, all of these things leading up until this point, is just all aligning perfectly. And that's how I know God is in the middle of it. And I'm just extremely excited about it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Just to give y'all a brief introduction, of course, about the community. If you made it this far, if you made it to this video, that means you are somebody that genuinely is ready to grow, evolve, and become that next version of yourself. You are not alone. If you join this community, that means that, hey, we are in alignment. That means we are growing. We're about to evolve together. That's why I wanted to create this community, because I literally was praying. I'm like, God, you know, I want lifelong friends. I want people that, you know, is on the same wavelength, the same vibe that I'm on, all of these things. And God strictly told me create it. And I was just like, wait. I'm like, hold on now. Like, when you say create it, what you mean by that? And so literally I was like, okay, all right. So I said all right, but I still didn't make no moves because I was scared, y'all. The enemy has been placing doubt and all of this insecurities and all this extra stuff in my mind that's like literally trying to pull me away from the thing that God is trying to call me into. He's literally trying to pull me away from the very thing that God is calling me into. And babe, we're gonna put a stop to that, because what I'm not gonna do is sit here and give you the glory. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't about to do that. So I'm just so grateful that I finally said yes, and that God has been patient with me and just continue to push me and literally lead me to walking into what I'm walking into now. And I'm extremely excited for y'all. And like I said, if you have made it to this video up until this point, that means you're somebody that's literally doing the same, or you're somebody that like feels like a shift is coming, feel like you don't even have the same desires that you have for certain things, or that you just feel this shift of ready to like this shift of like improvement, evolvement. Like, that is what it's about. And that's why I created this community. Just know that I truly believe deep down inside in my heart that this will be an impactful community. I don't believe that it's gonna be for everybody, but I feel like the people that God is gonna call to join this community, it's gonna be for us. And God is gonna speak to us in the ways that he knows how, and literally we are going to be impacted by the things that he's going to be doing through this community. And I'm extremely excited for y'all. I really am. And God has been, like I said, been placing a lot on my heart, and I'm really trying to be obedient. So like I said, if I'm stumbling over my words, if I'm all over the place, give me grace, please, because this feels bigger than me. And I know that I have to fully lean on God and rely on him when walking into this, because like I said, it feels bigger than me. And if something is bigger than me, that means I gotta rely on him, because I ain't got the strength to, you know, to walk into it by myself. I don't have the confidence. I have to rely on the confidence I have in him, knowing that he's gonna orchestrate my path in every step. So let me just shake off the jitters, y'all. Hold on. Whew. This is crazy. This is crazy. But yes, y'all, like I said, if you made it here, babe, it's time to grow. It's time to evolve, and we're going to do this together as a community. If y'all hear my dog in the back crying and whining, please try to bypass that, because I'm not about to get into that, but yes, y'all. So let's just get into our topic. I did want to give you, like I said, a brief introduction about the community, and I'm extremely excited for what God is about to do, because I know that he's about to do something crazy that's gonna blow all of our minds. Okay, so literally, as y'all see by the title of this video, I'm calling this video the season of transition, because it's just so fitting to what I'm going through right now. Like, I'm literally transitioning, I'm literally evolving mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like literally in all aspects, and I'm ready to do it. Like, it's like, first off, it's long overdue, but I'm ready to do it, babe. I'm ready to do it, and the time is now, okay? Because God's timing is the best. And I'm just grateful for this opportunity to be able to be a light in somebody's life, and just allow God to use my voice in a way that I know he will, because he always using my voice. And I'm gonna get into all of the juicy things that God has done and all of the crazy stories, of course, down the line in this community. But this season of transition is going to be challenging. It is not going to be easy. It's not going to be comfortable. We will be uncomfortable trying to evolve and grow and walk into an upgraded version of ourselves, because the current version of ourselves is so complacent and comfortable with the ways that we've been doing things. So any shift or change opposite or outside of what we've been doing, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's gonna feel like, what are we doing? Like, our body is going to reject it. So it's gonna be a lot of like spiritual versus flesh type of things going on, or like trying to evolve, like the new version of you fighting this current version of you, because this current version of you is comfortable. She's sitting back, she chilling, she like, babe, what are we doing? Why are we not popping off on this person? Why are we not doing the things that we've been doing? What's up? But we have to choose to be consistent, and we have to choose self-awareness, self-accountability, and consistency. I feel like that's the three main points that is going to help us evolve and grow into the version that we are meant to be. And I feel like the first step, of course, we're going to dive right into it, which is self-awareness. Self-awareness is just one of those things that it sounds easy. It sounds easier said than done, but it's not, because sometimes we lie, right? We lie. We're not human. I mean, we're not human. We're not perfect. Sometimes we lie, and we start believing the lies. Like, we lying to people trying to make it seem like maybe we this person that we really not, but we lying. Now we believe in the lies, and we're trying to walk into this person we're pretending to be. But we have to start being real with ourselves in order to really grow and literally improve the areas that needs to update or change. And literally, God gave me an analogy, not even an analogy. He told me, because I remember I was praying. I'm like, God, I really want to change. I really want to grow. I really want to evolve, like all of these things. And he was like, yes, there are areas of you that needs to change. But there are areas of you that doesn't necessarily need to change, but just needs to update, that needs to improve. And he gave me this iPhone analogy of like, just like an iPhone. If you have an iPhone, if you got an Android, I'm sorry, just try to follow along with us. But if you have an iPhone, you know when it's time for an update, babe, we click that update and it updates our phone, right? But it doesn't necessarily change the whole dynamic of our iPhone. It just updates the features that are already there. And that's what God told me. Like, some of us, some areas in us needs to change. Like, it needs a complete shift, right? But it's some areas that doesn't necessarily need to change. Like, it's not bad, but you can improve in that area to be better. And that's the thing that God, had revealed to me. And I had to become self-aware of areas that needs improvement, and that's the first step. The first step is the hardest step, because that means we got to be real with ourselves. That means we have to sit here and really be real with ourselves with areas like things that people said that we just deny because our pride, we're being egoistic, all these extra things where it's like, I don't want you to be right. Everything you're saying, it sounds good, but no, that ain't me. And we have to tackle that and really understand that this is an area that needs improvement. So I'm going to be transparent. I was somebody that would get defensive. Like, my sisters say something, they're like, Janiyah, you always, you always get defensive. Like, here she go, or whatever. My mama do the same thing. They'll always say that. And it will piss me off, honestly, because first of all, I'm not a defensive person, so I don't know what y'all talking about. This is not an area I need to work on, because I see what y'all saying I am, but that's not me. So I wasn't open to improving in that area because ultimately I didn't look at it like it was a problem. I didn't think I was being defensive. I thought I was just protecting myself because y'all attacking me. Like, that's how I felt, genuinely. And I would just continue to move how I move. And like, y'all calling me defensive? Cool, that's fine. But I'm protecting myself. I don't know what y'all talking about. And then I read this book called The Book of Satan. And I'll try to link it in the description box below for y'all if y'all want to read it. But it literally changed my perspective on like how I take offense or like getting offensive or defensive and things like that. Like, my perspective literally changed after I read that book. So now when my sisters or my mama say something, I'm not quick to just like pop off or just be defensive or respond in a defensive way. I'm more so now I'm like listening and being more receptive to what they're saying, because the things that sometimes people say or are telling us, they're not trying to always down us or make us feel less than. Sometimes it's the truth, and it's an opportunity for us to grow in a specific area. And God gave me another analogy of like, it's like a relationship, right? Let's say you got a friend and she been dating this dude and he dogging out. Dogging out, we all see it. We like, girl, you need to leave him. He's dogging you out. But she don't see it. She's blind to the things that he's doing. We see it, but she don't see it because she's in it. And that's the same thing that God revealed to me. Like, you don't see that you're being defensive because you're in it. But that's why you have to become self-aware of the fact that this is an area that you need to improve in, and be more receptive to what people are saying, and take into consideration to what they're saying, because it may be an area that you're blind to, that you don't see, that you know you need to improve in. But people like sometimes around us may say things, and it's not like always their intention to like down us. Maybe it's something, it's an opportunity for us to improve and grow in a specific area. So I was like, okay. So now, like, I remember one time I had a conversation with my sister and she was like breaking something down, and typically it was eating my pride up. I wanted to be like, I just wanted to protect myself so bad. But I sat back and I really just swallowed the pill. Yeah, it hurt my pride. Yeah, it hurt, whatever, but it's the truth. And I literally was receptive to it, and I started taking into what she said into consideration, so I was able to improve in that area. And I feel like that's the first step, is self-awareness, being aware of the areas that needs improvement. And I feel like once we literally tackle that first step, is on from there, babe. But the second step, it ain't that easy either. The second step is self-accountability. Because the thing is, what God revealed to me was, hey, when you were being defensive, you really didn't look at it like it was a problem. You didn't see it as a problem. You did not see that you were being defensive. So it was almost like lack of knowledge, because I didn't look at it that way. I didn't see it was a problem. So if you don't see something as a problem, you don't think that it needs to be fixed. So it's like, you're not going to fix something that you don't see that needs to be fixed or see as a problem. And so he revealed to me like, excuse me, he revealed to me like, hey, now that you see it, you have to start having that self-accountability and holding yourself accountable to how you respond when there's opportunities for you to get defensive or be defensive. And I was like, okay. So he like, now it's not lack of knowledge. Like before, it's like, all right, you can give yourself, we can give you grace for the times of you not seeing that, you know, you were being defensive. We can give you grace. But now that you're aware that you were being offensive, taking defense or getting defensive or taking offense to what people are saying, now that we know that that's an area you need to work on, now it comes in, now the self-accountability comes in, and now I have to hold myself accountable when there's opportunity for me to start getting defensive. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause now the enemy he gon' you know, throw opportunities in my way and see how I'm gonna respond and react, if I'm gonna react and respond in a defensive way. Or not even the enemy. Sometimes God gonna test me. Hey, he gonna throw something at me, you know, to see if, you know, I'm really gonna respond and react how I used to, or am I gonna hold myself accountable to the fact that I'm trying to improve in this area. So I'm not gonna respond how I used to. I'm gonna respond in a different way. And then after you start, you know, holding yourself accountable, and that self-accountability hard though, because you gotta be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you gotta be real with you. You know that you ain't supposed to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a little kid. Like, all right, now you didn't climb up on this counter. I ain't tell you nothing about that before. So you didn't climb up on this counter, climb up on this counter. Now I tell you, don't climb up on this counter. So when you have that urge to climb up on this counter, you have to hold yourself accountable, knowing that this is something that you ain't supposed to be doing. And that's the thing that God had to reveal. And then of course the third step is now tying it all together, which is being consistency. In order to fully grow and become a better version of ourselves, we are going to have to be consistent. And the thing is, when it comes to consistency works on both ways, the front end and the back end. Because me being defensive or taking offense to things people were saying, I was consistent in that. I was consistently taking offense to what they're saying, being prideful and popping off. But now I have to be consistent on the back end, in another way. So now I'm being consistent in not responding in the ways that I used to. And so it's literally you're still being consistent, but now I have to choose to be consistent in another way. And that's how you start breaking old habits and different ways of responding and reacting, because now you have to shift to being consistent in another way. And that's the thing that God revealed to me as well, where it was like, okay, your old self or your current self is complacent. Like, this is your current self's home. It don't want to walk outside. Anything outside is not comfortable. So it doesn't want to step out its comfort zone to grow and evolve. But sometimes we have to step out our comfort zone in order to grow and evolve. If you are so complacent in an area that you're in and you're not open to growing and evolving, that next word is stagnant. Being stagnant is literally just staying in an area or staying in a place and not ever moving. We don't want that. We want to grow. We want to evolve. So we have to learn how to shift our consistency on the better side and be more consistent with this upgraded version of ourselves, or just walking into this upgraded version of ourselves, versus being consistent with the ways and the ways that we responded and reacted before. And then I would love to give a bonus point. My bonus point would probably be the ability of choosing. I love the ability of choosing, because everybody have a choice. And God reveals so much to me when it comes to choosing and choice. Everyone has a choice. And he literally broke it down. He was like, how he told me this one day, y'all, it blew my mind. He was like, hey, when you go through a breakup, let's say, he gave me this analogy he gave me. He was like, hey, let's say you go through a breakup. Now, typically, when someone goes through a breakup, the person dumped them, the dude, and cheated, and he did the most worst thing ever, and you went through this breakup. The world, society, or just the dynamic of how you're supposed to respond to a breakup is maybe be sad, not eat, or eat too much, or stress, or be depressed. All of these things, it's almost like society and the world is saying, this is what you have to be. This is the only way you're supposed to respond or react to this situation. But God was like, that's not true. Yes, this happened, but you can literally choose to be happy. You don't have to choose to be a victim of those emotions. You don't have to choose to be sad. We're not saying we're gonna, I feel like God was saying, he's not, don't be insensitive to how you feel. You're human, feel how you feel, but you can choose how you're gonna show up. Yes, the person broke up with you, they did you dirty. Yes, your feelings hurt. Yes, you cried. Yes, have your moment. We human, have your moment. But now it's time to choose to get out of that hole that you're in, or that gunk. Get out of that. It's time to get out of it. I know it's easier said than done, but it's really just a choice. It's literally turning left or turning right. It's a choice. It's a choice. And we have the ability to choose to react and respond in the ways that we want. So that bonus point is, now we have to choose to be consistent in the better way. Be consistent in the things now that we're doing to evolve and improve, instead of choosing to be consistent in the ways that we used to move and react and respond. And I feel like that's gonna be something that in this community that we're really gonna go based off of those 3/4 bonus points, or just points that we can follow to grow and evolve. And I feel like once we tackle those things, it's now, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but that way we have some type of guidance, something to follow to keep us on track. Hey, typically you go off on this person when they do X, Y, and Z. Typically when somebody say something like this, you go off. But look at you, you ain't go off this time. You choke, like, you know what I'm saying? Celebrate the progress. I feel like people sometimes we be downplaying stuff. Like, for example, like, oh, let's say you went from not working out at all. You're not working out no day a week. You ain't working out at all. And let's say now you working out one day a week, every week. Like every week, one day a week. Somebody gonna be like, oh, it's just one day. You gotta understand. Hold on. Now I done went from not working out at all. One day is progress. And I think we have to change our perspective on progress. Like, stop saying, oh, this is a little progress, or oh, this is a small step. Like, dude, a step is a step. If I'm standing right here behind a line, if I take one little bitty step, nigga, it's still a step. Like, it's still a step. A step is a step. And I feel like we have to understand that. Like, we have to understand a step is a step, no matter how big or small. Progress is progress. So, you know, I'm big on celebrating the little things. Like, if I went like, oh, like, ooh, like I was about to say something, but I held my tongue. Ooh, that's progress, babe. Because I know there's a version of me that be like, hold on now, like that was like, no, like I almost beat you to it. I was like that. I was quick with it. But now I'm taking a step back. Like, I'm improving in areas, and that's how we grow. We have to be consistent in responding and reacting in better ways, because now it's gonna shift our comfort zone to moving into another comfort zone. Like, now this was once our comfort zone, this was once the norm, but there's always a new norm. It's the same thing. Let's say, for example, like, I'm gonna give an analogy like with basketball. I'm sure before somebody ever dunked the ball, it was like laying it up, everybody laying it up, and then this one person came and dunked it, and it's like, hold on, what is this? What's going on? What is this new little thing? And now it's the new norm. Now everybody dunking. Like, it went from not being normal to being normal. So we can shift those things. You know what I'm saying? We have the ability to do that. You know, and I'm just very excited for this. I'm very excited to transition and walk into who I feel like God is calling me into. And if you, like I said, if you made it to this video, you made it up until this point, that means you are choosing the same thing. And I'm choosing to be consistent. I'm choosing to be committed to, you know, the plan that God has. And I'm excited, y'all. I'm extremely excited. And I feel like us transitioning and growing into, you know, a better version of ourselves, like I said, it's not going to be comfortable, but we can do it. We can definitely do it. And that's why this community is birthed. That's why this community is here, because when we feel like we want to backtrack, when we feel like, oh, like I've been messing up, like, give yourself grace. Like, this community, this is what it's for. I'm going to be completely transparent in this community, and I hope that everybody can be there, you know, be as transparent as, you know, they can, you know, because I want this to be a safe space for the people that's here. Like, I want to be able to message, you know, and be like, hey, y'all, I fell short. Like, look, somebody said da da da, I said da 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 back. And I know I wasn't supposed to, but I did. You know, like, have that backbone. Like, have that community of people that's gonna uplift you and hold you up. Like, okay, now look, we ain't no yes men. You know what I'm saying? We hold people accountable around here. I tell people that all the time, like, that I first meet, that, you know, I talk to, and maybe they asking for advice or whatever it is. I'm like, now look, I ain't a yes man now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a yes man. I am someone that's gonna hold you accountable. And, you know, people would ask me this. I know this is beside the point, but people would ask me for advice, and they would think that I'm going to tell them what to do. Most people ask for advice because they want you to tell them what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to give you the outcome of A and B, because it's always two sides. Either you're going to do this, you're going to do that. I'm going to give you the possible outcome of each, and you're going to choose which route you're going to take, or that you're wanting to take. Which outcome do you want? Now, if you do this, this is the outcome that it can be. If you do this, this is the outcome it can be. That's all I'm gonna give you, and you're gonna make that choice. Which outcome do you want? You know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point, y'all. The point I'm trying to make is, you know, y'all, we have to choose to want to become better people. Like, at the end of the day, like, we have to understand that this is not going to be easy. This is going to be challenging, but that's what this community is for. And we are here to hold each other accountable, because we want to grow. We all here to grow. We all here to evolve. Like, you know, we're going to say things with love, and we're going to say things, you know, and give each other grace. Nobody's perfect. Like, you know, maybe times you fall short, but it's okay. Like, get back up. Now you know. Like, now you know what you need to do, and now you know the things that you need to change. So this is the introduction video, y'all. You know, the season of transition. I'm ready to walk into it. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to be who I'm supposed to be, y'all. And God has been like on me like that, like go, go, go. And it's just like, how long? And then the enemy like, don't go, because they're like trying to fill me with lies, okay? But I ain't listening to that, man. Bye. Anyways, we gonna listen to the one and only, the one and only. You hear me? But I'm very excited, y'all. I'm very, very excited for this. And this season of transition, like I said, it's gonna be one for the books. But I feel like nothing but great things is gonna come from it. Like nothing but good things is gonna come from us evolving and growing. Like, because we have to understand, like when it comes to growing and becoming a better version of ourselves, we have to understand like future seasons that we're meant to walk into, this current version of ourselves may not be able to survive in those seasons. So those seasons are going to require improvement and growth. And I feel like sometimes maybe that's the reason why, you know, some of us not walking into things that we pray for, that we really want. Or, you know, why are we not receiving certain things that we've been praying for or desiring? Maybe it's because there's areas that, you know, needs improvement, that needs growth, that God is trying to develop us in, so that way we can survive in that area and thrive in that area. And that's what I have to understand. Like, you know, like I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't make certain changes to like grow and really just walk into what I'm supposed to. But y'all, my camera is about to die, so we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. I feel like this is really good. Great introduction. I feel like this is a great way to just drop the first video of the community. And I'm so excited. I hope that y'all gave me grace in this video. And I'm just excited, y'all. That's all I can say. I know I keep saying it, but I really am excited, because I know God is going to do something amazing, and he's gave me a glimpse of the vision, and I'm just ready to walk into it, and I'm ready to walk into it with you guys. Yes, 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 babe. We about to be some different folks. We gonna be us, but times 10, you know what I'm saying? You X 10, you see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm going with. You get my drift, you get the wave, you get it. And I cannot wait to see where, like, how far we all take it, like, right? You know, I can't wait to see like us go from here to here, like the elevation, the evolvement, all of that improvement. Yes, y'all. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This is a community. Let's talk, let's converse, let's, what's the other word I'm looking for? Let's connect, all of those things, y'all. This is what this is for. This is what it's about. And I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. I hope this was an impactful video. I hope this video or something I said in this video touched you deep down in your spirit, and, you know, gave you that extra that you need to maybe take that first little step. And we gonna say little step, but a step is a step, like I said, babe. We may, even if it's a little step, even if it's just a scoop, babe, it's you moving from where you was. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna take that first step, that first scoop, whatever it is. I hope that I said something in this video that was impactful, that, you know, is giving you that drive and that excitement to want to become the best version of you. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. This means so much to me, and I know God is going to do something. I say that all the time. I'm gonna keep saying it, because this is something he literally led me into. And we about to have some fun, babe. We ain't about to sit here and be all student tired all the time. Now we gonna have some fun. You see what I'm saying? We gonna have some fun, and we gonna literally enjoy the process, because there's always something in the process that God is doing. Like, yes, we always want to get to that point, but it's something in the process that it's something special in the process, I feel like. So I'm extremely excited, and we're gonna leave it at that, because I keep talking to y'all all night, but we ain't gonna do that. So we gonna leave it at that, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the UX10 community. I will see you next week. It's the one and only Miss Janaya. Bye.